This video will explain how to translate basic conditionals. Conditionals are compound statements that are joined by the words if and then, or one of the synonyms for if, then. Some examples. If you like me, then I like you. If you cook dinner, then I will wash the dishes. If mice had wings, then they could fly. So the symbol we will be using to stand for the if-then will be the arrow. So we will place it where the then goes in the sentence. So for like the first sentence, if you like me, then I like you. First, we'll translate the simple statement, you like me, as M. And then we put an arrow to connect it with the second simple statement in the sentence, I like you. The first part of the conditional, the part that comes before the arrow, is called the antecedent. And the second part, the part that comes after the arrow, is called the consequent. Okay, so let's practice translating the rest of these sentences. So, if you cook dinner, then I will wash the dishes, would be translated as C arrow W. And then finally, if mice had wings, then they could fly, would be M arrow F. If mice had wings, then they could fly. However, sometimes conditionals don't use the words if-then. Sometimes the then is missing. For example, if you want to go to the movies, I will go with you. So we can just insert the then. Where would the then go? If you want to go to the movies, then I will go with you. So this would be translated as M arrow W. Also, sometimes the if is not in what we call standard position. The if is not at the front of the sentence. So here's an example of a sentence where the if is not in standard position. I will wash your monkey if you pay me $1 million. So what we need to do before we translate this sentence is we need to sort of rewrite it, usually just mentally, in standard position. So we would rewrite this as, if you pay me $1 million, then I will wash your monkey. And then that would be translated, then we could translate that as P arrow W. Finally, sometimes one of the synonyms for if-then is used instead of if-then. So some of the synonyms are provided, or provided that, or should, or while, or result in, something like that. So let's use a couple of those in a sentence. So, I will wash your monkey provided you pay me $1 million. So if you want to translate a sentence that has provided in it, you just replace the provided with an if, and then translate as you would. Should you pay me $1 million, I will wash your monkey. I will wash your monkey while you pay me $1 million. That one's a little awkward. That one's not that common. You paying me $1 million will result in me washing your monkey. All of those are different ways to say the same thing.